Hello and welcome. This is Ruth, and today I have the Eternal Moments Complete My Memory Book die set. This is actually an edited introduction. I already had a video made quite a while ago, several months ago, but the die set has sold out several times now and I don't think it's going to be restocked again. If this ever changes, I will come back and let you know, but I know lots of you had been waiting for this coming in. It sold out before it got even back onto the website after the Create and Craft or TV launches, wherever they were. And I had a video ready to post at that stage and obviously had the introduction and everything ready. But that's now no longer applicable because you can't buy it. But I know lots of you actually already have this. So I think I'll just go ahead and post the video anyhow. So from here on in, if I have mentioned anything through the rest of the video to say that this is available, it actually isn't at the moment, but please feel free to use the video to make anything you like and just enjoy. So thanks very, very much for watching, and I hope you do enjoy it, and don't forget to leave me a little comment, like, share and subscribe if you haven't already done that, and hit the notification bell, and I'll be back with more soon. Thank you. This is the fabulous die set in all its entirety here. So it's the Eternal Moments Complete My Memory Book die set, and it's got the base, spine and decoration dies inside, and as you can see there, it contains 56 dies. That's a real big amount of dies in there. So this is an A4 size folder, and when you open it up, you've got 2 packs of dies in there that you can use. These ones for the pages and these ones for layering or pages or whatever. And when you bring these out, you'll get some ideas on there of how to use them. But as always, your imagination can just take you places where these instructions won't take you, and you'll have a memory book in no time that's personalised yourself, and I actually think you'll make something fabulous with this. So you can combine this obviously with loads and loads of the die sets that you've already got. So do have a look through your stash, see what you've got, see what you could use to personalise this with something that's for whoever you're going to give this book to, or if it's for yourself, just make it really, really nice for yourself and give yourself a little treat. So I'm going to open all of this up and have a look and see what I'm going to use and what I'm going to use it with. Now, in between the last video and this, I have been doing lots and lots of die cutting because I really, really wanted to try something a little bit different from what I've done before with this die set. So I have cut this die. I'll just show you it here, and it has the flat edge on it, so it doesn't have a cutting edge here, and it's the second largest in that type of die, and I've cut it out several times here. I've actually cut it out 8 times, and I'm not too sure whether I will use all 8 pages or not, but that's what I've done at the minute. I left 2 centimeters on from, you see this little notch? I left 2 centimeters right out to the edge there on the card, and then cut it flush the whole way down. So there's just a 2 centimeter gap there. I put it into my scoring board, and I scored right down that because these pages will fold back and forwards whenever you open and close the memory book. And then I took this little die, so I'll just show you it here. This has a little notch here and here, and I went where this one crossed over with this little point here, and then I placed that in the die cutting machine, and I cut out my little notches, my little holes, the whole way down there, and that's how I'll attach these together. Now for the front page of this then, I have used the other little die, which is this one, and I've cut that out, and in the burnished rose, I think it's called, Baroque rose maybe, I'll have all the names of my cards down below there, but I've cut that out here and glued them all on. Now I'm not going to do that on all of the pages, but I am just doing it on the front one there, and I'll possibly do it on the back one. And on the back one then, we need to remember to turn it over this way, so we've got a finished edge on both sides. Now, I have taken that same die and I've cut it out again, but this time I have just cut off straight down that line there. So you can see here, I've done it in pink, and it goes right down where that little notch is, and that's exactly where I cut it off because that's where the score line is. And I've done that in the nice pink card, and glued it on to the back of that. So this will be my front cover and this will be the next page. Now, there are so many dies there, you have to put them back. This big magnetic board is fantastic for holding that because it actually holds the two sets together, and I don't feel like I'm going to lose any of them, but I lay it flat on my desk so that I can get at it and it doesn't get in the way of my camera as well. Now, I have taken then this next die, I'll set those aside. So I've taken this die, which is just, as you can see, a bit smaller, and this one which fits inside, and I've taped both of those together and I've cut it out in this beautiful pink satin card here, and that's going to get glued on there. Actually, I'll just tell you something about the gluing of that. I have put double-sided tape on the back to remind me in case I got so busy that I forgot, but I find with mirror card and satin card that it's very, very easy to get little lines and marks where the glue dries, and then you'll see little bumps on here, and to me it kind of ruins it. So I always use double-sided tape on that. I'll add a little bit of glue in areas that you'll not see too much, and I'll add the tiny dots of glue with my little precision nozzle on the Dulux adhesive around the outside of that, and I'll glue that on there. Then I've taken the smaller mat which fits inside there, and I have cut that out in this beautiful paper, this card with the little hearts on to match. And I decided this time to go ahead with a different die set because I thought lots of you might already have it, and I've been using it quite a lot lately and I really, really love it. It's this one, it's the Simply Shoebox die set. So it's got all the elements to make a shoebox and a pair of shoes, and you'll be able to see lots of those in my other videos as well. So I've taken the oval one which says Fabulous on it and the plain one, so I've cut that out in the pink satin, and then the back one is cream or ivory, and I'm putting it on there. I actually can't remember if I did say, but all the pages for my whole album are made of ivory 300 GSM smooth card. Next I have taken these two dies from the shoebox set again, so it's a little bow and the little tails, and I'm going to put the bow on there and the tails in there. And I'm saying fabulous because I'm going to use others of those dies from that set, and I think this would be a lovely memory book for maybe a night out, someone's had a night out together, or someone's been at a prom or whatever, and it's a really fabulous lot of memories you're going to put in here. So Fabulous is the title of that, and I'll put a little gem on the front. I used the little strip die with the decorative detail. It's from the shoebox die set, and it's actually intended to decorate the lid of the shoebox, but I've left it here so that it actually would fit a photograph or a tag or something going in there. And again, I've added the little bow from the same die set up at the top there, and I've added a tiny gem. It's much smaller than this one because I think on the inside where pages could maybe touch each other, you wouldn't really want something big like that so hard, so that it wouldn't really make a mark on the next page. But that's how that one's turned out. Now for the next one, I have taken some ice rink card and layered it on here, and then I've cut out the shoe shape, and I have then added the heel and the centerpiece onto that, and I've cut out the decorative detail for the front of it. But this time, this is what I really love about this shoe shape from the die set, actually from all the dies from that set. I have used them in so many different ways, but again I'll link that in my description down below this video because that is not for this one. But this time I want to make a little pocket from this. So instead of doing, well, I actually have a shoe beside me here, so I'll just show you. Instead of having it with the raised up area here, which has the pocket, well, not a pocket, but it's actually the shoe, I want this flat, but I still want it to be a pocket. So I've glued this on top, and then I'm going to just put glue. I've actually nipped a tiny bit off the base of this as well, but I'm just going to put glue down here, I think with the slightly wider nozzle this time, just along there, and up there. And then I want to centre this as well as I can, because you want to get that close-ish up to the top like that. You could actually just follow the line around there, or around the curve, and nip it off as well if that is easier for you, but either way you're going to get it looking like this with the little pocket there, and you can cut a little tag and this little part from the die set, and that has given you a lovely shaped pocket. And all I want to do now is attach this on here, and I'm going to put this little bow on there, and I really love that. The other side of that page then is a simple layer and a mat on top of it for putting a photograph or something on. So it's ice rink there, and then this lovely rosy colour on here, and memories there, and I hope you can see that, but it's beautiful debossed sentiment on the bottom of that. The next page then has ice rink again, because I wanted these to tie in, and there's a die which creates a side panel, I think, for the box in the shoebox set, and I have cut that out in this beautiful heart paper, and I think that just creates a really beautiful pocket to go on there. And obviously coming from the outside, then you can put a tag or something inside it. So I've also taken this really lovely little strap and buckle, and I'm going to put that across here. So I will glue it on there and just tuck it in around here and shorten it slightly and glue all that on. On the other side of that then, we've got the pink again, and I've done another layer of the ice rink, and then I've taken this die and the decorative detail ones for inside it from the shoebox set, and I have folded it over at the edges there and just scored and folded those straight down, and I'm going to glue that on, and that will make a nice little pocket on there. And then I added a small heart from the shoebox set up there, and the larger one from the memory book die set down there. Now on the next page then, I have put the same decorative dies that I used for the front page, and then this is a smaller, shorter length on here from the shoebox set, and the little strip die from the shoebox again there, and I'll just add a little gem in there. So the next page then, I have covered it in the pink, and then I've taken the same dies as I used on the front here, and I have used the ice rink card on top of that. That's really lovely. There's just a sort of a gentle sheen off that. The little heart then from the shoebox, and I've centred it over one of the hearts on the foiled card, and little dreams up here. I've put tiny little gold accents through this, but not lots of it, because I wanted to keep to the pink and ivory and cream and all of those colours, but a tiny little accent now and then of gold, and then I have brought that in the next page as well. So this one is for matting a photograph or a memory onto, and on the next one then I have used the smaller mat there of pink and covered the whole thing, and then half of a one with the pink hearts, and I've put a tiny strip down the centre of it there, and I have only glued that on here, so I was able to fit two tags, well, any amount of tags that you want in there, and that's that. On the next side then, I have covered it again with pink. Then I have taken 2 of these layering dies, and rather than waste the whole card and cut the top off if you don't need it, I have just done this. So I've chopped a piece of the heart card, foiled heart card off there, and used my die over the top of it and just cut off this piece and layered it onto a piece of the satin, so it's actually double thickness there, and a tiny strip of the satin Baroque rose, I think that is, across the top there, just to strengthen that, and the little tiny bow from the shoebox set as well. And now I'll glue that on just around these outside edges, and obviously not the top. I'll pop that on there, and that's my little pocket, and I've made a long tag for in there. That's just ivory with one of the little tabs that you pull up from this memory book die set as well. And I'll just lift that out so that that gets a chance to glue flat, and leave that aside to dry. Now for the back page then, I have used the shoe die again. I just really love this idea. So instead of using it in the colours that I used for the first one there, I have used the opposite shoe on the back of it. So there we are, you can see the difference in them. I just really love that idea. Did I say that? Yeah. That's the back, and I have put the little eyelets down that as well. Now at the end I'm going to go through and give you a quick run through because I've added some extra embellishments, but for the moment I just want to line all of this up, and then we will thread ribbon through here. So I have lined all these eyelets up, and you can see right through to the back and the front there, and I've taken some of this, it's actually 9mm ivory white crafters ribbon, and I have a big long length of it here, so I'm going to thread it down through, back up, and tie a bow on the other side. I absolutely love that. I just love the way all of those colours came together and the different papers and everything, and I do really love that memory book die set. It's got everything in there that you need, and it's so beautiful with the shoebox die set. I hope you really enjoy that too. So I'm going to have a last quick flick through this, and then I'll go on to make something else with it. So the front page has everything as I said, and I've just tied the bow on there, and that looks lovely. The next one then, I'll use this tag just to show you where all these places are for putting photos or memories or whatever. So that's going in there. Then we have this one, that's got to be my favourite. And then we have this one for matting a photograph onto. And we have this one that you can put a tag in here. I've added the dreams come true on this one, came true actually in this one. And then on this one I've actually made a shorter tag here for this one. So what I did was I took this die and cut it out, and then I moved, so that would have left the full die cut, but then I moved it up and cut it again to make a shorter one, and that was a long one this way. I turned it around and put the tag on there, and that fits nicely into that little pocket. And then we've got this one, and then this one for matting something onto, this one with the 2 tags, and on this one where we put the tag back in again here, I've got I love shoes to put on there, and again on there, and that's the back, and it looks really lovely with that satin ribbon. So hold on, don't go away anywhere, and I'll come back and show you what I've done, because I cut out extra pages there and I didn't need them, but I'm going to use those for my next project. I really loved those dies and that colour of card and whatnot that I was using for the memory book, and I thought I'd make a little bag, really simple. You can see actually when you look through the memory book there that I don't do all those very intricate things with the memory book, all the flips and flaps and different things. I prefer it to be simple, and then you can spend time decorating it, but each to their own. There are lots of videos that you could watch if you want to see something much more involved. Anyhow, I digress. And back to this. These are the 2 pages that I had cut out, and I had actually gone ahead and cut the eyelets into them as well. I'm going to make the card, the little bag from this card, but I actually shouldn't really have these on here. So if you're going to make a little bag and you want to cut these, you could leave 4 centimeters on here, because that's what I'm going to use at the end. I'm going to have this 4 centimeters, and don't cut the eyelets into it. I'm just not going to waste this. So what I want to do then is, you won't need to do this, but I need to cover this up. All you'll need to do is, once you've got 4 centimeters together, you will overlay one on top of each other, and you'll have like this, only with a 4 centimeter gap. But just so you know, I am going to join mine together with a little 10.5 centimeter by 4 centimeter strip on the inside and then on the outside, and I won't have wasted anything. I actually think I should come back at some stage and do a little video showing you how to make the most out of all your bits and pieces and not waste anything, because I actually don't waste much at all, very little. Now, so this is the bag basis here, and obviously the top, and this is the bottom and the back and the front. So if you imagine that this will be the front and you want to decorate that up, I have gone ahead and used the same panels that I used for the front of the card, except that on this time I've remembered to do the little hearts going across the way and not up and down as I did on the memory book. And I'm going to glue those on, the little fabulous on there this time, and the little bow and the tails, and then I'll flip it over and remember that that's the top again and glue these onto the back, and then I'll come back and show you how I attach the inside and the ribbons for the handles. So that's the front, the back and the bottom of the little bag done, and this is going to be really simple. I have cut 2 pieces of card, this same ivory smooth 300 GSM card, and they measure 12.5 centimeters by 6, so that's the 2 of them there, and I have scored them down at 1 centimeter on 3 edges and nipped these little corners out. You can see it there. So I've done that on both of them. And this has got to be the simplest bag you'll make, because I was going to do curves and things on it, but then it wouldn't have sat straight at the bottom there. So instead, here we are. I'm going to go from this point to this point with the folded back strip here, glue this in, attach that across here, and then fold this one up. I'm going to do the 2 of them first this way, and then fold this one up, and that's the little bag done. How easy is that? Now for the little piece that folds over and closes this up, you could actually just leave that open like that if you wanted, but I have made a little piece to put in here and then it folds in. So this piece measures 10.5 centimeters this way by 7 this way, and I've scored that at 1 centimeter from this end and at 2 from this end, and then I've just rounded those corners. And on this little piece in the centre then I've matted some, layered and matted some card that matches this. And what I'm going to do now is put glue along this edge and attach it to the inside there. So I want to attach a little ribbon handle onto this, and I'm just going to fold that back in so that I can do that, and I'm going to put it there, and I have actually cut this to 27 centimeters, and I just want to put a little glue on each end of it and attach it in here. It's just there, and then on the other side, just remember to make sure your ribbon is flat before you do that, and you can attach that on there. And I'm going to just punch a little circle so I know that this circle punch fits. Let's make sure that's straight. Leave that aside to dry for a second or two. And then I have a circle punch here which I know just fits exactly there, and I'm going to punch 2 little circles from this card. And I'll glue those over here. So there it is, and I really just wanted to show you that you don't have to use a memory book die set just for a memory book, although that's what it's intended for and that's what it does best, I suppose. But there's a lovely little bag as well, and there's the memory book to match, and that would be a really lovely gift for someone. Some lovely little photos or little tags or whatever in there, and a little gift in there as well. So if you've hung around to the end of that, you do definitely deserve a big thanks. It was quite long, but then that's how memory book videos are. You sort of take quite a while showing all these things, even though they're simple to do. It just takes a little while to explain and a little while to do all that die cutting and licking and sticking, as they say as well. So that's it for now. Thank you so much for coming along and watching today, for joining me, and thank you very much for coming back continually, as some of you do, and leaving me comments. So I hope that you've enjoyed it. I certainly did, and I love the way it's turned out. And I really would love some of you to try that and tell me how it works for you too. So if you have enjoyed it, don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up. Leave me a little comment to let me know what you're thinking about it. Even let me know where you're watching from as well. That's always nice. And don't forget, if you haven't already subscribed, to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and you can even share it if you like as well. My affiliate links to everything will be down below in the description, and thanks very much once again to everybody who uses those. I get a little commission from it, but it doesn't cost you anything more, and it's always very much appreciated. So until next time, happy crafting. Bye bye.